Today, December the 14th, 2011, Dilemmas of Leadership Edition 2 is published. My estimate is that this is my 15th book written or edited by myself that eventually has seen the light of day. Somehow this is the most important, or the one in which I've looked forward to more than any of the others. Can't tell you why. It certainly wasn't the case that each new one was the most important. I can't even remember now how I set about writing it starting some 2 years ago. I can remember agreeing to write a second edition with Routledge, with Terry Clegg, and I'm sure I would have set aside half the time for the writing for a first draft, and then the rest of the 100% for revising the 10 chapters. As it turned out, I decided to put in an extra chapter on creative leadership, and sneakily put it in as a new chapter 10 of 11, so that it would be easy to revise the first 9 chapters without having to worry whether I'd got the chapter order right and so on. Then in the summer this year, there was a deadline, which of course, like most authors, I missed approximately a month. During that month, I got increasingly frantic messages from Routledge about the fear of losing the deadline, which they had promised for the end of the year. I was just as keen as they were, so we had this little dance about how to make the final changes and how to make sure the deadline wasn't missed. But anyway, the final version was sent off somewhere about the middle of July, and then came all the latest and extra things that have to be done before a book in draft gets to the final stages and sent out to the distributors. The first series of changes, of course, come where the proof copies are evaluated and sent back to me and then back to the publisher. At that stage, there were so many things I would have liked to have changed, but it's all pickiness and accepting that this is the paranoia of the author. So, a couple of months later, another hiatus as I finally admit that everything is to my liking. Someone else had done the editing of the index, another chore which is absolutely vital, but turns editors and authors into a quivering mess at the last stage. That might seem to be the end of the story, but of course after that there's a whole series of other people who are springing into action, from the publisher, the marketing people, the distributors and so on, just to make sure that what they've got is the correct quality. Meanwhile, I was scanning the pages of Amazon to see what they were saying about the new book. Eventually a new cover popped up at Amazon showing me what it looked like. That looked pretty good. Inside the Amazon page, I surfed to see what they had to say, and I was directed towards the old copy of the book. That sorted itself out, and now at last I'm looking forward to seeing the look inside versions on the Amazon draft as well. This is all running on a bit longer than my usual webcast, and I'm going to cut it down considerably. But the last week or so, running up to the delivery of the book itself, was quite interesting. Each day I would see the countdown and Amazon telling me, yes, the book's going to be published. I noticed the price of remaindered copies were up on the Amazon site even before the book had been published. Fascinating. And now this morning, a whole welter of emails from the publisher saying the book's on its way, they're going to send me some, it's going out to the assorted distributing centre around the world. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on a copy before Christmas. And in which case, it's going to be a happy Christmas for me, and I hope a happy Christmas for all of you as well.